What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a little roguelike called Archvale. From the videos and the press stuff that I've seen thus far, the game looks fairly smooth and it's got a great art style. So we're going to dive on in for about 25-30 minutes and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. If after watching this video you did want to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below so that you can wish list it. And then on top of that, you'll find a link to my Twitch stream and my Discord where you are more than welcome to interact with me at any given time. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. We're going to go ahead and start a new save over here. These are my first impressions, so I'm just going to kind of like take it as it comes with this video. We'll put it on the normal difficulty, and in we go. Child of Archvale, the paradise beyond, awaken. 7 great stones lie dormant, sealed in the depths of this kingdom. When united, they shall restore a forgotten bridge between two worlds. Go forth, awakened child. The arch awaits. I don't ever want to wake up in a location like this. A, there's still water. That means that there's going to be mosquitoes around. All right? And I don't want to get skeetoed right about now. 2, stone floor looks really, really cold. And I'm pretty sure that flames that effervesce with an icy blue light do not provide... Oh, good. The torches are lighting as I walk down the hallway. Yeah, that's totally something not to be concerned about. Do we go into the spooky jungle or do we follow that? Let's go into the spooky jungle, dude. I need some greenery in my life. Oh, I can't get through there. Let me guess. There's going to be a sword or something up here, right? There's definitely going to be a sword, right? Yep, I knew it. I knew it. Okay, attack animation feels pretty good. Doesn't look like I can break... Hey, who was that guy? Listen, cloaked individual. Don't disappear when I try to approach you. I'm trying to have equitable conversation here. I wanted to be friends. All right, well, let's break some bushes real fast. I am the bush breaker. My power cannot be contained. Oh, there's money inside the pots. Oh, there's like a little slimy guy over here. Okay, he's now dead. I'm gonna oh, God, they shoot fireballs now. Okay, that's concerning. Do I have like a dodge roll or anything that I can play? Oh, God, I walked right into it. I've lost some HPs. Now I must pray to the Jesus and hope that it returns to me before too long. Let's continue going to the right. Oh, it's shift. For some reason I hit tab because I'm big dumb. All right, we'll push the button right there. Like that gate closing animation right there. The gate opening animation looked pretty good. Dash through projectiles. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you, Familia. I got you. I understand how this goes. I've played Enter the Gungeon. Is there like a cooldown on it? There is. Okay, so we've got those little green pips in the top left-hand corner that track how many dodges we have remaining. I'm going to try and like end one of these dudes. Oh, we picked up like some kind of material or something. Yeah, having a melee weapon, not ideal for enemies that use projectiles. I'll be honest with you. I guess I could probably go from like a little bit further back, but it looks like I actually get more damage for being in direct like base contact with them when I light off the attack. But it is safer to do it like from a distance and just try to maximize our spacing. So I'm gonna have to come up with a long-running strategy here if I want this to work. So apparently the F key controls our health potions. We've got a +1 defense ring right there. I'll take that. I don't know if it's going to give us like a flat 1 damage mitigation or if it's got some other more esoteric like calculation that goes in whenever we receive damage. But in any case, taking less damage is probably going to be conducive to us making a little bit further into the game. I already healing flaskied. I didn't mean to. I pressed F because I've been playing other games where F is interact. We have arrived in Cradlewood. Mighty, mighty Cradlewood. We're the Cradlewood forces, the Cradlewood Rangers. Let's see. Fountains restore your health and your flasks. If you fall in battle, you will awaken at the last fountain that you used. Okay, let's go ahead and get after it right here. Perfect. Can't break that pot, but I can pick it up. Can I throw a pot into the fountain like the destructive, antisocial person that I am? We can break crates with our face. Oh, there's even more bad guys out here. Lovely. What are you guys going to do? Some kind of like radiant AoE or something? Oh, they just hurt me with damage on touch. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hopefully that 4 slime like adds up into something useful. Can I destroy the little snail shells over here? Oh, I can. Very nice. And apparently it's crafting materials or something. I don't know if those are crafting materials, okay? But every indie bone in my body right now is screaming, crafting materials, obsessively collect them all. Oh, the enemy doesn't have a problem with crossing water. Okay. I'm going to get rid of the bats, and then we'll worry about the other guys first. And I'm going to guess that I got to, like, dash across the water right there. Okay, we'll give it the old... Oh, you can dash backwards, too, and it maintains your facing. Nice. Is there anything potentially inside, like, any of the bushes or anything? Or is it just, like, an utter waste to go after those? Man, I need some more damage. We need to, like, get rid of this sword and go with, like, a wooden AK-47 or something. Gotta really up our kill game here. All right, knock these guys out. I am actually fairly impressed with how smoothly the game plays. Like, movement feels really, really nice. Attacking feels solidly good, too. And with these top-down 2D games... You know, it can be problematic getting that stuff to sync up right and actually make the game feel pleasurable to play. Like, I think what you're targeting with games like this is you're always going after kind of that feel from, like, Enter the Gungeon and that game, like, Enter the Gungeon, Nuclear Throne. Those are all games that, to me, really, really nailed kind of, like, movement and traversal. And honestly, I feel like they've pretty much hit the nail on the head. I can mine with my wooden sword. We've got 5 iron ore, which is of a much more greeny quality than the previous materials that we've been picking up. Fantastic. Up, up, and away to Timberwell. Don't mind me, I'm just destroying all your storage cubes. Looking to craft yourself some equipment, eh? Keep your eye out in the wild for shiny rocks. If they're sparkling, smack them about and you'll get yourself some material. At the anvil, you can craft weapons and armor with the resources that you find. If you're planning on venturing beyond fair reach, you'll definitely want to make sure that you're well equipped. Okay, so I just like roll up on this right here. So it looks like we can make a shell helmet, a shell axe, we can make a shell blade, and a snail rod. Okay, how many does it take to make that? 25. That's pretty pricey. I'm going to go for the sword, because damage was what I felt like I was kind of lacking. So we'll go for the shell blade first, and we'll kind of just pop that into our slot right there. It has much less range than the last weapon we were playing around with, so we're definitely going to need to be a little bit careful on that one. But it looks like our crafting skills actually actively leveled up right there, so we've got access to more fun stuff. The slime bubbler. Okay, so it's like a little bubble hook right there. All right, who are you? These fountains creep me out. That old guy goes on about him being there to protect us or something like that, but the way that angel stares at us... Can we go inside the houses? We cannot go inside the houses. Okay, so I'm guessing... What is this chest over here? What does this do? Is it just like a random stuff chest? Like I just kind of use it for storage? Can I shift click? No shift click, no control click. Right click does it. There we go. I knew we'd find it. So the shell blade actually does less damage than this sword does. But it's also slower. It's got less range, but it does put a bleed effect on enemies. So I'm going to guess that the shell blade is probably conducive to dancing in and out of combat. Their sacred fountains are older than even myself. Beacons placed by the beings who protect this world, the legends claim anyways. Supposedly the godlike being sent many other gifts to our world. A comforting thought, is it not? I mean, I guess kind of. Maybe. I don't know. It depends if they're benevolent or not. Like, they gave us the res statues, which sort of implies that they knew we were going to die. So, like, why don't they treat the actual, like, disease, dying, instead of, like, or mortality, instead of the symptom, which is dying? What have I done? Huh. I don't really have much of a clue what this does right here. Looks like there's a button that I can push, though. Is this like a training arena? Is that what it is? I think it is. I think this might just be like a training arena. So the goal is maybe to pick up as many of these as possible. Ah, it ends. Oh, cool. So after you complete, like, it gets harder and harder and harder, but it looks like you get loot after you do it. We got the Paladin's Light. Melee weapons deal fire damage while at full HP. So we've got badges. Okay. So we've got multiple skill slots over here. So we can actually activate these in order to give ourselves extra bonuses. And since we're running a melee weapon, I like that there's just, like, haphazardly kind of this extra little challenge that's just sitting around on the side. That's pretty fun. And we'll break that real fast for the ore. This guy over here. So he deals like, he shoots bullets when he hits the ground. Okay, so we'll just need to track that kind of carefully. Let's go ahead and see if we can get some shell gear and some extra resources bouncing around. I don't even know how that guy died back there, but yeah, I feel like they've got things fairly fired up and tuned in with this game. Let's go ahead and take a look at this chest. What we got inside of it? It's a spear. Oh, the spear shoots like a little bit more further. Okay, I like spears, so I'm going to give it a try. Oh, and all 3 of the bullets deal damage, so it's actually kind of like a burst of damage if you get them with all 3 of them. Okay, the only problem is it takes a little bit more targeting just because it doesn't have much spread. It doesn't go very widely, but honestly, I'm kind of impressed with it so far. There we go. The music's very whimsical. I actually kind of like the soundtrack, too. It's got like a vibe of like, this is a hard game, but don't take it too seriously. Because, like, from that challenge that we did back in town, there's obviously room for a challenge to be additionally, you know, ramped up with this game. It looks like they're kind of targeting a little bit of, like, a bullet hell audience in there as well. Oh, there's different towns, are there? What does this say? You've discovered a bank in Cradlewood. You can store 500 gold. Welcome, welcome. I've got an inkling that my banking services might be of use to you. Isn't it a pain losing your hard-earned gold when you fall in battle? Fret no longer, stranger. You can leave your gold here and it'll be safe regardless of your combat mishaps. I can only hold so much, but we have many, many banks across the world. If you seek them out, we'll keep your gold safe from incompetence. Now, you want to make your first deposit? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, better safe in there than on me. I think I can probably store the shell blade for right now and the wooden blade. We'll throw that stuff back up in there too. All right, what do you have to say? Not from round here, huh? That means you're a traveler. I'm not sure I need to tell you about the dangers beyond the edge of town, but maybe my wares can be of use on your journey ahead? Ah, so that's where the money gets spent from. And I do appreciate the fact that even though our gold is banked, we can still, like, spend it. We don't have to go to the bank and pull the money out. That's really, really nice. We've got a apprentice hood right there. Gives us some magic damage, some roams, a tome of flame. I'm actually somewhat tempted by that. Let's give that a go. Oh, that's rad as hell. Okay, I like that. Hello there, little one. Mind if I take a peek at those elixirs you carry around with you? Yeah, it's a recipe I'm familiar with. I happen to know a few tricks of the trade to pump up the potency with healing brews. Bring me mega plums and I'll see what I can do. Okay. Hello, little traveler. Have you come to browse my extensive badge collection? Oh, I can buy badges over here too. Okay, so I'm going to guess that the flame tome that we've got right now is going to be like magical damage, and the spears and whatnot are more than likely on that physical melee life. I know it probably doesn't need to be said, and that seems fairly obvious, but children like you should not lurk beyond town, but if you must, those weapons of yours need work. I've been a smith for many's the year, perhaps one of the best. For a fee, I'll reinforce your weapons. Oh. Okay, so for 50 bucks, he'll make it into a +1, so I guess there's upgradable equipment as well. Good. I'm seeing like a considerable amount of depth and customization here that you're going to be able to play around with on your character. It looks like the areas stay cleared after you kill all the enemies inside of them. It doesn't look like just yet we have to deal with respawns, but I'll keep an eye out just in case. Is there like an overworld map we can take a look at? There absolutely is. Okay, so I guess this is one of those games that you kind of tackle at your own leisure. I'm going to go back to this town down here, though, and I think I've got enough shell to where I should be able to upgrade something along the way, perhaps? So at our crafting menu, it looks like I can make a shell helmet. Sounds like a good idea, so I'll throw it together real fast. Love the crafting animation. Sound effects sound good and chunky. We've got 3 defense now. And we've got a little helmet on, although it makes us look like we're bald, dude. We look like the little caveman guy from the Turbo Graphics ads back in the 80s and 90s. Bonk, that was his name. Bonk the Caveman. There's one of those underutilized guys that hasn't seen a resurgence. I bet there's probably a market out there for a new, like, indie-made Bonk game, dude. I'd play that. I feel like I like this fire idea of just staying the hell away from my enemies and not having to be anywhere near them, especially since the fireballs are heat-seeking, and then on top of that, it looks like they also provide us... What do the little stars do? I don't have mana, do I? I was thinking maybe the stars would be mana, sort of like in Terraria or Terraria fashion, but I'm not so convinced right now. Interesting. I don't know what the little blue stars do just yet. Let me get some more shell, though, because I'd like to finish off the set. This seems like the kind of game that it's had a lot of love and care put into it, so I'm guessing that if you collect an entire set, something good happens. The Great Slime. Alright, well, let's see how great you actually are. Okay, so you like to vomit and throw up a little bit of the old vomitorium action. I like it. Heat-seeking fireballs, do my will. Oh, okay. I got clunked a little bit right there. Took a little bit of a scuffing. Bullet hell skills in arrears. I tried to dodge out of the way of that one, but it did not go the way that I expected it to. There we go. Just put a little bit more love and touch and squeezing on him. Perfect. We got a few more enemies coming through, but we killed him, so it doesn't even matter. Death animation looks fantastic. Honestly, they did a great job with the minimalist pixel art for this game. Looks like we get something here. So we get a heart container. My maximum health is now up. And then we've got a heart clover, increased chance for enemies to drop hearts when you get low on health. That actually seems like a pretty good utility, and I'm excited about the prospects of stacking it inside of my bag. What you got for me? We've got a pinewood bow. Ooh. Okay. I don't know if I like that better than the fireball. I suppose it's probably going to come down to, like, damage allotments, like how hard does it hit. It looks like it puts out a little bit more damage than our previous ranged weapon. But still, I want those coins, please. Nice. We actually haven't determined what the slime is for. I think it's probably for that slime bubbler or whatever. But we haven't actually verified what the slime is actively going to go to. I'm just going to kind of like ace the butterfly from here because the butterfly seems like a fairly serious threat. I don't know. It has bullets that track and like curve and go in weird directions, and that makes me feel nervous. A little bit more money right there. Good gold clinking sound. Make it satisfying to loot gold. That's always my recommendation. Any type of like mass looting like coins or XP, it should always, I mean, they're missing one half of the equation. So they got the satisfying clink of picking up multiple coins, but when you pick up the ones that are worth like a 10 spot or like a 25 spot, the little meters should go ticky, 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 and go up and like make a little noise. Same thing with like XP globes or bubbles or whatever. I feel the exact same way. What is this? A mega plum. Oh, that was for the guy in town. He wanted the mega plum so that he could buff up my potions, right? This looks a little bit hazardous over here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to like hold one angle, and we're just going to put all of our withering fire on it. And since I have a heat-seeking weapon, it looks like the fire rate's a little bit better on the fireball, actually. I don't know if I want to stick with the fireball or if I want to go with the bow, but that's the nice thing, is it's not like a lot of other games where they trap you into like 1 to 2 weapons. You can actually have like a full hotbar full of different weapons, so whatever suits your fancy is free to be used at any given time. I like that. I think that's a really, really good design decision. I don't feel like games should ever limit choice. I don't know. Restrictive choice inside of a game, I think, has like its time or its place if there's like drawbacks and things of that nature. But like for, you know, kind of whimsical fun games like this that are more focused on being a little bit more highly tuned in the realm of levity, I think it's a good idea just to ease back on that and kind of cut the player loose and tell them to have fun. And it looks like that's exactly what the developers have done with this. I'm actually sort of having a really good time with this. I say that as though I don't always have a good time playing games. Like everything I feature on my channel tends to be something that I've had fun with. But sometimes, you know, you go in for like a first impressions video, you haven't done like a big 3-4 hour gameplay, you know, first look at it before you record the video, and you never quite know. Sometimes that first 30 minutes are amazing, and then like the 4 hours in, you start running into major mechanical, like structural problems. You never quite know. Let's give this guy his Mega Plum. Hey, you brought me a Mega Plum. Seems we have all the Mega Plums we need. Let's get started. Let me work this magic. Cool. Healing Brew, level 1. So I'm guessing my Healing Brew just got, like, flatly better right there? Like my F key? I don't know that for certain, but it sort of feels like that might be the case. What you got going on, cuz? We don't have enough money for the badges yet. I'm going to go ahead and stock my gold real fast. There we go. We'll throw that into the vault. We can only store like 500 coins in there, but I think it'll be okay. How much shell do I have on me? I have a lot of shell. Is there a blacksmithing station here? There we go. I didn't want to walk back to the other town. We can make the shell armor. That's going to take 35. And then it looks like you do a snail rod. There's an iron short blade. Nah, we'll just chillax for a minute. There we go. We'll throw that on. Cool. Part of me feels like I should probably buy the apprentice's robe since I've been running the spellbook anyways, just because I love automatic weapons, like I like rapid fire weapons. That tends to be what I focus on in just about every video game. But we'll wait. Magical weapons may seem weaker than their physical counterparts at first. However, enemies struck by magic will drop shards. If you get those stars, your magical weapons become more effective. Oh, that's what they do. Okay, but we don't have like a meter or anything to track that, so I wonder if it's just like a limited duration buff or what it might be. I think I'm going to have to dodge through over here. It does seem like my fire rate goes up as I pick up the blue stars, although I would like a meter, almost like a rage meter. Like if you've ever played World of Warcraft or you played like Guild Wars 2, a meter, if this is how it works in my head, how I'm visualizing it working, is you pick up the stars, it gives you a limited duration buff to like your fire rate and your damage, and it seems to like stack. And so some kind of visual representation of that might be a good idea. It's possible that it's on screen right now and I'm just totally missing it. And I'm pulling like a big dumb at the moment, but I don't see anything that seems to be implying how many of those I've picked up. What's that? A badge? A blessing. Your defense has been increased by 1, just like permanently? Oh. Freaking sweet, dude. All right, I'll take it, dude. I love those long duration for the rest of the game type buff deals. Looks like we're going to get bombs or something that we can play around with, or maybe like Giant's gloves or something that allow us to push that block. I don't know which we're going to get, but it seems like some sort of utility is coming. The Bowman's Hat. What does that do? Range damage up by 10%. Okay, so it's like a little Robin Hood hat. Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, trying to get away. Oodle lolly, sing it with me, chat. All right, we got to push this button. We got to do another bullet hell challenge. Oh, you get hit once and it's over. I was resoundingly defeated by the bullet hell challenge. What I have effectively learned is that I'm really, really bad at bullet hell stuff. But then again, maybe Archvale will help me clean up that blind spot in my overall gaming experience. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can get some of the bats down real fast. We'll deal with the big old thicky boy over there in just a second. Down goes the enemy, and it looks like we're solid. I only took like a half a heart's worth of damage right there, so I do think that I'm going to go back to my spell book. I like my spell book better. I've got I'm an orc player in Warhammer 40k. I've got an addiction to DACA. I don't care about accuracy. I don't care about damage. All I care about is how many rounds can I fire, like, per second. That was kind of painful. Wish that I had not got hit by that. I would like to get some more shells, though. I don't know if they're going to be, like, super helpful, since I think we've made most of the shell utilities. But I'll still pick them up just in case, because I know there's like people in my audience that are like, you missed the thing, you missed the thing. I know. So I'm just trying to assuage your lust for thing getting. All right. We got lots and lots of enemies in here. Oh, and I have locked myself in a corner. Okay. Sweet. I wonder, like, I should probably be picking up and throwing those pots at stuff. My guess is that the pots probably, like, explode or deal a bunch of damage or something. I don't know. Another blessing shrine right here. Do I get anything good? Your defense has been increased by 1. Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, the more defense, the better. The more, the merrier with regards to the numeration of my defensive scoring. It looks like these guys respawned, although for the life of me, I don't exactly know why. So none of the other maps really respawned. Oh, they did, actually. So maybe it's when you touch one of the altars it respawns everything. I'm thinking that must be the case, is that it's kind of got like a Dark Souls-y thing going on. So when you touch an altar, it respawns the map for further, like, gold farming. And honestly, I feel like that's an okay mechanic. Like, I'm fine with it. I know that it's kind of overused and cliche nowadays, but within the confines of this game and its structure, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have backed up into that corner. And the bad thing is, like, the second I did it, I knew that I had made a mistake. And so you just have that horrible moment where your brain is just like, I am an idiot. I am the dumbest, most soggy, smooth brain in the history of soggy, smooth brains. I desire to be dry and well-wrinkled, and yet, unfortunately, that is a boon what has never been ascribed to me as a brain. And I am Splattercat's brain. If we can get a little bit more iron, it looks like we're going to be set up to make ourselves a set of iron gear, which I think will actually benefit us pretty well. It looks like some of the things that drop off of the enemies are limited duration, so some of the power-ups disappear, but it looks like the money and the crafting materials stay forever. And was there anything over here that needed to be, like, found, figured out, or played with? No? We're good? Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with it. I think that guy's gonna burn to death. They did a really good job with enemy density, too. I'm one of those people that, like, kind of pines for enemy density. I love games like Path of Exile, where there's, like, dozens and dozens and dozens of enemies on screen, and you get to, like, devastate them all simultaneously. And so I think they've got the enemy density about right to make for a really satisfying fire into the middle of the enemy blob experience, which I find to be very stimulating. I enjoy it a lot. A wooden boomerang. Okay. Doesn't really boom. It's more of a zoomerang if I had, like, you know, to designate what it does. It goes fast. More defense, huh? Okay. I mean, we may not even need the iron armor if the goddess keeps bestowing defensive upgrades on us like this. I'm guessing that there's going to be some kind of fast travel and movement in between zones at some point, too, so that we can go to different towns a little bit more fast. In fact, it may exist right now. I might be able to do it from the map screen. Let me see in just a second. And we'll go ahead and wipe some of these guys out. But I got money to spend, so I was kind of thinking about going back and getting those wizard robes so that my magic does a little bit more damage, since that seems to be what we're focusing on for right now. But yeah, Archvale. Game's pretty solid, actually. I can't find a whole lot to complain about in the game. Like, I haven't seen anything so far where I'm like, that's terrible. Pretty much everything that's come across the screen so far has been really, really high quality. The game has good hit detection. It has good hit feedback. I like the sound design. I like the whimsical nature of it. I like the colorful art style. I like that they just positively pile weapons on you from the beginning of the game so that you can figure out what playstyle you like and what you do and don't like. I like that they dole out upgrades at, like, a very, very satisfactory pace. It doesn't feel like it's got that long honeymoon period at the beginning of the game that some games have. Like, I very much like how this one gets you into the action within the first 3 to 4 minutes. Structurally, I think that's a really strong decision. And so anyways, Archvale. Check the game out now. It's on Steam, and you can play it right this second. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, it was Archvale. Tomorrow, it will more than likely be something different. Thank you for joining me, spending your time with me, and patronizing the channel. I'll be back tomorrow.